So I've got a lot of work done in the past few days, but I wanted to show a new feature. This is the sandbox mode. And one new thing that I've added is ADTs, which stands for additional data tag. And this lets me store additional data, I guess, inside of an item in your inventory. And one thing that I've utilized this with is the spawn cores. Previously, you could configure these, but if you took them out of your hand, they would lose their information. Now they keep it. I've also added a new item based around these ADTs called the Dev Pistol, and that's a really fun toy. And I'll show it in a second. Let me add those to my hotbar, and I'll take this guy over to my inventory. So first I'll show off the spawn cores. You can press C to configure. You can open it up, and I can pick the team. So we'll pick red team, right? And we'll set this to, I don't know, level 90. Well, let's do 50. 50 sounds fair. There's that. And then we'll change this from red to blue. I'll put them there and watch them fight each other. The team system has been in the game for a while now. But what's important is really just the spawn cores keeping their information. You'll see if I move it like that, it keeps its information, so that's great. Now it's time to show off the Dev Pistol. Now if you press C to configure this guy, it's a bit of a bigger deal this time. In fact, you can change all sorts of things, so I'll call this the ultimate weapon. And we'll give it damage of a lot. This is how the bullet interacts with an enemy. So, armor piercing deals direct damage directly to both resistance and health. Standard deals damage to the shield, and then your percentage of shield is how much is reduced for your health. Those are pretty obvious to figure out. Automatic, why not? Fire rate, we'll make it 2. Bullet spread, we don't want any of that. Shots per fire, pierce, projectile type, we'll stick with bullet for now, and projectile speed. So there's my gun, and I'm gonna spawn in a few monsters, and just, bam, dead. It's a lot of fun to mess with. In fact, you can pick any thing you want here. So let's say I want eyeling lasers. Well, now I have these fun purple lasers. I can pick arrows, and now I'm shooting arrows out of the gun. So that's that. And I've also got some weapons to show off here. There's some presets, I suppose, of what you can really do with this. So I've got a trident pistol, a laser minigun, and a fireworks display. This trident pistol just does a lot of damage and has a piercing effect. So, there you go. Pretty satisfying, I'd say. Laser minigun. This is pretty nifty. It's just, I don't know. I made some. Fireworks display is probably the coolest thing. These are starbound arrows that are being fired out. So, yeah, it's a pretty fun system. This is some of the stuff you have to look forward to in the next Homelands update. I'm not sure what I'll add next to Sandbox. I think what I'll do is give enemies the ability to hold weapons and use them when they fight each other. That might make for a fun battle simulator. And I'm also thinking about adding turrets, which are useful for another game mode that I'm working on. But anything in another game mode will be added to Sandbox, simply because why not?